This is possibly the most requested video I've ever had on the channel, because there's a lot of you who want to know who's best, Apollon or Bourne. Hello and welcome to a very special one-off video here on the channel that will only really make sense to you if you've been watching along with the two Road to Glory series that I've done this year. One with Bourne Town FC, a tier 10 team from England who we took all the way to Champions League glory earlier in the year, and Apollon Smyrnis, a second tier team from Greece who we won the Champions League with much more recently. These have been our two big long-term saves alongside non-league to legend, my journeyman save that I do every year. I can't include any of the teams from that because I may have forgotten to include save points. Next year, I plan the LOLLUJO trophy is going to be an annual thing, if I remember. And next year, I'm going to try and take save points as I leave each team in non-league to legend and at the end of every Road to Glory save, and put all of those teams in a big knockout tournament at the end of the game to find out who my ultimate team of the year was. Can't do that this year. These are the only two save files I've got, but we have got Bourne at the end of that save, Apollon at the end of that save. I'm managing both teams. I don't have a favourite. I want them both to win if they can, but it's a one-off game. We're having to do it on FM Touch because it's the only way you can do the versus competition, so it doesn't have any of the logos or kits or anything loaded. Again, if this is a popular video, we'll do it in a more fancy pants way next year. But as you can see, there's some faces we've not seen for a while there in the Bourne squad. Likewise in the Apollon squad, there's a few faces we've seen a little bit more recently. But I need to get them both set up with tactics. They played very similar 4-3-3s. So we'll get them both set up with the 4-3-3 tactic that we used for them in their save. And then I'll be back in just a second for the match. It is Apollon Smyrnis versus Bourne Town, to see which team ended up better. They're both Champions League winners, although Apollon, I don't know if it doesn't show on here because it's touch. Apollon, I think, finishes a 3.5-star team. Bourne is a 4.5-star team. So Bourne, I would assume, are going to be favourites for the game. Does it have favourites? It doesn't. When is the match? In 2 days' time. Right, let me get the teams sorted and then we'll be back for the match. Right, tactics are in, teams are picked. So for the final time for both of these teams, this is so much fun. Why don't I do this all the time? I should have been doing this for years. So this is your Bourne team. We've got, I never thought I'd say these names again. We've got Mendoza in goal, a back four of Giladucci, Da Silva, Diaz and Foose. Bonilla at the base of the midfield, Steinman and Addo ahead of him, Cook, Domenico and Cerna Jackie. Got another game out of me to Cerna Jackie as the front three. And then for Apollon, a much more familiar, more recent side, Tennessee in goal, back four of Lutz, Armando, Bilbao, Solazano, Milo Dominguez and Duffy in midfield, Chermont, Sonny and Acosta are the front three. Pause the video now and give me your score predictions down in the bottom. Tell me who you think is going to win. Tell me who you want to win. And I'd love to have some Ys for both of those. Interesting thing as well, I think we've got Michael Beagles as the substitute goalkeeper for both of them. That's Bourne's version of Michael Beagles, and this is the Apollon version of Michael Beagles. He doesn't have his nicknames. We've had to import into FM Touch, but Michael Beagles is the substitute goalkeeper for both teams. An absolute madness. Right, I don't know how this is going to work. I've done no practice runs of this. Hopefully it will all work. I've never played against myself. Why has Tennessee been given the captaincy? I told it to make Sanchez captain. Is that because I put Sanchez and Leica as the captain and vice captain and then didn't pick either of them? So there's your two lineups. We're playing at a neutral stadium. We're both playing our attacking 4-3-3s with slight variations. Remember, in the Bourne one, Bonilla's the playmaker with Steinman as a box-to-box midfielder, and Cook's a winger with Cerna Jackie as an inside forward. For Apollon, we've got Milo as a defensive midfielder, Dominguez is the playmaker, with Chermont and Acosta both playing as wingers. Other than that, it's pretty much the same system. Right, let's just make sure that we want TV. No, do we have director? I think we have director. This looks like it's taken everything over from the main game, which is good. Right, here we go then. It is Apollon versus Bourne, and I guess I have to do the substitutions and everything for both sides as well. Oh, I'm so nervous. Right, Solazano. with the throw. So it's Apollon with the first attack. I don't know who I'm cheering for. I'm not cheering for anyone. I love them both. Armando to Milo, spraying it out to Lutz. It's so much fun managing these players once more. Chermont with the crossover, looking for Sonny. Sonny with the flick on. Acosta's in, and Acosta grabs the first goal of the LOLLUJO trophy to put Apollon 1-0 up over Bourne. It's an assist from Sonny, a goal from Kevin Acosta, who we know from the 5 years in the future Apollon save, went on to become one of the club legends here at Apollon, despite leaving the club for Manchester United at only 21 years old. That's how good Kevin Acosta is. He scored in the Champions League final. He's got a goal for us again here, but it's Lee Cook with the in-swinging corner for an immediate reply from Bourne, but Diaz can only head into the hands of Tennessee. And of course, Tennessee, in his capacity as best goalkeeper in the world, is going to take some beating today for Bourne. But Addo takes the ball off of Solorzano relatively simply. And there's Bonilla looking for options, finds De Silva. De Silva playing it forward to Gilarducci, flicks it onto Cook. Cook out to Gilarducci again. Gilarducci back to Cook. Cook to Bonilla. And now Bonilla playing it over the top for Cook, who's looking very dangerous. Cook with the cross, and Czerniacki's hit the crossbar, and Solorzano clears. It's breaking my brain that all these players are on the pitch at the same time. It's so much fun. But Apollon still lead 1-0, 20 minutes in. If Apollon end up beating the English team, I really don't understand the great exodus that happened to Apollon after I left. It does just come down to reputation, because this looks like it's the better side based on these first 28 minutes. But Foose, the best right back in the world, remember, plays it into Domenico, a former Ballon d'Or winner, who plays it into the hands of the best goalkeeper in the world in Tennessee, and Tennessee makes another save. Tennessee's having a very solid game so far as we approach half-time. And Czerniacki has been very, very quiet. Milo with a free kick floats over for Acosta again, and Kevin Acosta scored again. This is making me rethink everything about my team of the series, team of the year, because was Acosta a better right winger than Czerniacki? He can't replace him in the team of FM20 because we had Czerniacki for years. But it does make me think, if we'd have had Acosta for 5 or 6 seasons, is he even better than Czerniacki? At half-time, it's Apollon 2, Bourne 0, and Kevin Acosta is the man who is separating the two teams at half-time. We don't do team talks, do we? Because it's FM Touch. So just straight into the second half, and then I guess everyone will make substitutions on the 68th minute. We've got to do all this by Kev rules. Right, it's Apollon with a corner now. Acosta swings it over. It comes as far as Chermont. Bourne have been really poor in this game, which I guess is illustrative of that final season with Bourne. The one thing to bear in mind, the save point I had with Bourne was at the end of the series rather than directly after the Champions League win, whereas the Apollon one is directly after the Champions League win. So Bourne did have that kind of whimpering, pathetic last season, where if I'd have had a save point the year before, would this be going differently with Bourne at their very best off the back of the Champions League win? So again, note for next year, save as I leave clubs and save as we win Champions Leagues, so that we can even put different generations of the same club against each other. Oh, we're going to have so much fun with the LOLLUJO trophy next year. Milo to Dominguez, who shoots from range. Acosta's trying to get onto the end of it and chase, but can't quite get there. I don't know which manager I am to do a touchline shout. In fact, it looks like we can't do touchline shouts on touch. Anyway, Acosta with the in-swinger. Bilbao's there. He's 6'6", don't you know? Climbing above De Silva, who's no midget himself, but it doesn't really lead to anything. Domenico now. The ball is over the top for Cook to chase. Czerniacki's going to be lurking at that far post, as we've seen him do so many times before. It reaches Czerniacki. Bonilla from range, and Bourne have a goal back. It's Carlos Bonilla. And with the assist from Czerniacki, who did get on to the end of the cross. And it's 2-1. 30 minutes to go. Everything to play for now as Bourne are trying to drag themselves back into this game. It's a lovely little cushioned header knockdown from Czerniacki, who knew exactly where Bonilla was. And it's 2-1 now, and Bourne are very much back in this. Interesting that the two defensive midfielders have been two of the 3 best players on the pitch. Shows how overpowered that position is, particularly in this 4-3-3 system, even though they're playing different roles. Diaz now to Gilarducci. Bourne have got the momentum now, and it's Foose. Foose playing it forward to Addo. Addo trying to feed Cook in, but Cook wasn't really alive to it, and Solorzano is there. But he's only cleared it as far as Steinman, who shoots from range. Probably should be looking to place Czerniacki in there, but it's a ball over the top for the clearance. Sonny is in, and Sonny scores, and that's that, I think. It's 3-1 to Apollon, And surely that settles things. And it's a wonderful breakaway goal. And what a finish from Sonny, who, again, as we learned from the 5 years in the future video, never fulfilled all the potential he was showing as a youngster. But there he is as a youngster again, showing just how good he is. Real Madrid obviously didn't treat that boy right. Right, we need to make our changes. So Apollon substitutions first. Lutz is going to come off. We're going to bring Chermont back there. And where on earth is Claudio Sanchez? I quick pick the bench. I quick pick the bench. You have to do it. Carnivali's going to come on the left-hand side. That's hideous. We're going to take off Dominguez and bring on Banny. And we'll confirm those two. And then we also want to do changes for Bourne, which, how do we do that? There we go. We go in there. This is a sorry state of affairs. We're going to bring Brazanio on for Domenico. Sanajaki needs to really buck his ideas up. Lubinkovic can come on for Addo, and that will do for Bourne now as well. Let's get on with the rest of the game. We're going to do another substitution for each team on 80 minutes. We're doing this full-on Kev rules, but I don't think Bourne make their way back into the game now. We probably need to bring on another striker. If we take off Steinman for Sebastião and put Bonilla there, get Sebastião up there with Brazanio, who, if I recall, can be a complete forward. He can, and then he can do that. And we've got to really go for it with Bourne. Apollon, I think we can just keep doing what we're doing. So we just have a look to see what we've got going on. Armando isn't playing great and he's on a yellow card. So we'll just bring Hernandez on for him as a like for like. Why is font there? How have I done that? There we go. Let's try that again. And he can just play in there like that. But with 10 minutes to go, it is going to take a significant performance from Bourne to get back into this game. I'm looking at you, Mita Sanajaki. We know how great you are. Where are you, Mita? Come on, we've got a knighted player on the pitch who's not doing the business. There's people on the pitch. There's somebody at the door trying to see the last moments of this game. But I think it is going to be an Apollon victory. And I guess that's about as definitive as you can get. Our Apollon team was better than the Bourne team. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If I played this game another 10 times, would you expect Apollon to win overall? Let me know down in the comments below. But certainly, based on that one-off test video, really, for the concept of the LOLLUJO trophy, we know that Apollon were a better team than Bourne. This time next year, there's going to be 8 teams in this from throughout Non-League to Legend. Our other saves will bring the Twitch saves in as well. It's going to be a spectacular to end FM21 in a year's time. And you need to remind me about it so I don't forget, and especially remind me when I move clubs in Non-League to Legend to keep those save points. But we will wrap that video up there. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, something that is a bit of fun. And I'll level with you now. I thought Bourne would win. I assumed Bourne would be the better team. I guess I was wrong. If you did enjoy it though, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos once FM21 comes out. And thank you very much for watching.